Hello everyone, welcome back to online lecture series on applied thermodynamics. We are today continuing with our topic of fundamentals of compressible flow. So in our previous lecture we studied about the expression for velocity of sound wave in a fluid. So here we discussed with an example of piston cylinder arrangement where the piston is moving with velocity of v and the pressure wave is moving with velocity of sound c. And here with mass conservation law and with impulse momentum equation we derived the formula of velocity of sound as square root of ratio of change in pressure to change in density. And one thing which I gave you as a part of self-study was the velocity of sound in terms of bulk modulus. We have done this in our first chapter of introduction in fluid mechanics. When we were studying fluid mechanics subject, we have derived this formula, so we will not repeat this again over here. So now let's begin with our new topic. So we will be deriving velocity of sound for isothermal process. So let's begin this. So for isothermal process we have P divided by rho is equal to constant that is P rho inverse 1 is equal to constant. I hope that everyone is well aware of how we have obtained this formula. So now we will be differentiating this equation with P and rho. So let's differentiate first with respect to rho. So we will keep P as a constant here. Differentiation of rho will be -1 rho raised to -2 d rho plus, now we will differentiate with respect to P. So rho inverse 1 dP is equal to 0. So now we will be dividing the equation with rho inverse 1. So what we will be getting here is minus P rho inverse 1 d rho plus dp is equal to 0. So here minus p, okay, so here p into d rho upon rho is equal to dp. So dp by d rho is equal to p by rho, that is equal to RT. So as we have derived previously that the value of C is equal to square root of dp by d rho, which is equal to square root of p upon rho is equal to square root of RT. So the value of C is equal to square root of RT. For an isothermal process. So that is the value of speed of sound for an isothermal process. Let's copy this work into our main slides. So let's move forward with our next theory. Velocity of sound for adiabatic process. So in such case, our fundamental formula, that is P divided by rho raised to K is equal to constant. So P into rho raised to minus K is equal to constant. So again also we are going to differentiate this equation. So here P into minus k into rho raised to minus k minus 1 d rho plus rho raised to minus k dp is equal to 0. So here also we will be dividing the equation with rho raised to minus k. So we will have p minus k rho raised to minus 1 d rho plus dp is equal to 0. So here p into k upon rho into d rho is equal to dp. So here dp by d rho is equal to k into p upon rho. So again, instead of p by rho we know it as RT. So here we will have k RT. So here we have, as we know that the value of C is equal to square root of dp upon d rho. So it can be written as square root of kp upon rho is equal to square root of k RT. So C is equal to square root of k RT. So that is the final equation that we have, and now let's copy this work into our main slides. So let's move forward with our next theory, and if you see the comparison between these two, then in case of isothermal process the value of speed of Swann is square root of RT, and in case of adiabatic process the value is square root of KRT. So it is multiplied with the adiabatic index, that is gamma. ratio of Cp by Cv. Now let's move forward with our next theory, that is Mach number. So let's begin this part. Mach number is defined as ratio of square root of inertia force to elastic force. So here let's begin this. So m is equal to square root of inertia force to elastic force. So here the inertia force is rho a v square divided by ka. So a will get cancelled, and here if we continue mathematically, then we can write down this as equal to square root of v square divided by k upon rho. And as we know, k upon rho is the speed of sound. Square root of k upon rho is equal to speed of sound. So here v is as it is divided by square root of k upon rho. So this is equal to v upon c, that is velocity, normal velocity divided by speed of sound. So now m is defined as velocity of fluid or body moving fluid divided by velocity of sound in same fluid. So we can say M is equal to V upon C. Now based on the value of Mach number, we have classification of fluid flow, so that we are going to discuss now. Okay, now let's copy this part first into our main slides. Now let's classify the fluid flow here. So now fluid flow has three different types. The first is subsonic flow, then we have sonic flow, and then we have supersonic flow. So how these three are classified here? It is said that in case of for subsonic flow, the value of Mach number is less than 1. In case of sonic flow, the value of Mach number is equal to 1, and in case of supersonic flow, the value of Mach number is greater than 1. So here, as we all know now that the fluid flow for Mach number, we can say that it is the ratio of velocity of fluid upon velocity of sound in that fluid. So in this case we can say that in first let us discuss about subsonic flow. Then in case of subsonic flow, the value of Mach number is less than 1, so velocity of fluid v is less than the velocity of sound in that fluid. Now in case of sonic flow, where Mach number value is unity, then Here the speed velocity of fluid is equal to velocity of sound in that fluid, and in case of supersonic flow the Mach number value is greater than 1, that is the velocity of fluid is greater than the velocity of sound in that fluid. So that is the classification of fluid flow based on the values of Mach number. So let's also copy this part quickly. So now let's move forward with our next topic. Actually we don't have enough time right now to discuss the next topic, but still we will be starting that topic. So the next topic is propagation of pressure waves or disturbances in a compressible fluid. In a compressible fluid. So that is our next theory. So whenever any form of disturbance is created in a fluid, then the pressure waves or such kind of disturbances will travel with the velocity of sound in all directions. And here the nature of propagation of disturbance or pressure wave depends on the Mach number. So here we will be discussing about three different cases, that is when Mach number is less than 1, when Mach number is equal to 1, and when Mach number is greater than 1. That is we will see the propagation of pressure waves in subsonic flow, sonic flow and supersonic flow. So as we are ending this lecture here, we will not have enough time to discuss this part, so we will see this topic in our next lecture. So let's quickly revise the topics that we have done today. In our today's lecture, we started with the velocity of sound for an isothermal process, and we derived it as the velocity of sound as square root of RT. Then the next is velocity of sound for an adiabatic process, where we derived it as square root of kRT. And the last topic that we discussed is Mach number, that is from the ratio of square root of ratio of inertia force to elastic force, we obtained it as ratio of velocity of fluid to velocity of sound in the same fluid, and here is the classification based on the Mach number, that is subsonic flow, sonic flow and supersonic flow. So this is the end of today's lecture. Thank you for watching this video.